Cinema. Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, a local metalhead, and with me is...
Part of the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And welcome to the... What did I call it? The Merry Joyful...
Opus Hollis.
Holiday Christmas special.
I'm just going to add another word to
Right,
it
yeah.
every episode until at the end we have like 8 of them. But,
And you wanted to do Jingle All the Way.
yeah, man, I think this... it's always been a Christmas favorite of mine, but I've realized over the years now that they sell the Turbo Man at Walmart. Like, I've seen them post them online.
Yeah, they
and
started
stuff
selling them.
And you just don't realize how many people love that movie until you see all these people your age with Turbo Man still in their room and shit. So.
You said it perfectly before we hit record. This is a very nostalgic movie. And if it wasn't for Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, I don't think anybody would remember this movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and you mentioned it the other day when I told you we were doing it. You were like, fuck, man, it's hard to watch Arnold when he's not blowing shit up and kicking ass. And I mean, I feel like he tries. You know, he tries in this movie.
He tries, but it shows in this movie is where you can really see that he's not a great actor. He's super charismatic, and you can't help but love the guy, but he's not one of the greatest actors.
No. I mean, nobody thought it. I never thought, he's getting an Oscar for anything he's ever been in. But
this time around, I realized how bad the kid is too. I was like, this kid is not a great actor at all.
You know, that poor kid between this movie and the Star Wars, like, he thought about like killing himself because of how much people gave him shit.
Have you seen pictures of him lately? He looks like a fucking straight up drug addict.
Does he?
Or drug dealer, rather.
Well, I mean, he's got the money coming in.
Yeah.
Those checks don't stop. Lightness rights, man. I'm telling you, that's where the money's at.
Right.
There's a guy on TikTok. Oh, the kid that played Rufio.
Oh, yeah.
Hook.
Yeah.
He does a thing where he gets residuals every week from like all the movies he was in, which I forgot how many fucking movies and shows.
I didn't know he was in that many.
He was in, he's in, what's that dance movie with Antonio Banderas?
I don't know what you're
in the mix, I think is what it's called.
I've never seen it.
Anyways, it's kind of like a Save the Last Dance type of deal, but like with Antonio Banderas is like a teacher, a dance teacher in the Bronx.
Okay.
But anyways, he's in it and he gets a check for that movie and he's like, let's see how much it's going to be. He's like, sometimes the checks are great. I can go take my family out for steak and lobster and we're eating good that night. Or sometimes I go get McDonald's. Like, it just depends on what movie.
What is he doing nowadays? Does he have just a regular job?
He does, I forget what he does. He does some kind of like podcast or something, but then he still pops up and stuff every now and then. He's like, I did an episode of such and such last week, you can see me on that. But so he opened up the one from that movie and it was like $500. So he's like, we're eating good tonight. Like,
that's kind of shit I would like to do one day.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
residuals.
I think that's a fun way of making it.
Definitely, because it's not flaunting it. They're not that big. Like $500 is a chunk of money, but it's not like.
Right, it's not like Bruce Willis when he opens up one.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like his movies have been out for so long, and like, he's the money that he's raked in over the years from that shit. And this guy has never been like a main character and stuff. So like the fact that he's even getting one that big is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Arnold Schwarzenegger, I couldn't imagine how big his are.
Oh, dude, him and Sly probably just sit by the mailbox every day. Kurt Russell, guys like that, dude. They just like, what's up, Bill? Yeah, man. Yeah, wait on that money, dude. Yeah. Sandler.
They're all in this like retirement community waiting on their residuals.
There's like a section of LA that's just reserved for old Hollywood guys.
And then whenever it's a really good check, you see him out by the mail. Yes. Good day today, huh?
Die Hard 3, bitch. That's pretty cool though. I like that. Yeah.
So Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. Starring Schwarzenegger, obviously, and Sinbad, and Tom Hanks' wife, Rita. I don't know. I can't remember her name right now.
Is that Tom Hanks' wife?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why I always loved that movie Volunteers, because they star in it together. That's where they started dating.
Rita Wilson.
I knew her name.
Rita Hanks, duh.
Yeah, but she doesn't go by that.
Yeah.
Not that I blame her. That shit broke my heart when I heard about Tom Hanks. Like, you hope it's not true. But then you see his son, and you're like, who's raising that sociopath?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, like, Tom Hanks is like my TV dad at that point.
Yeah.
A lot of movies through life, you just see Tom Hanks up there. He's like...
That's that kid now.
He kind of reminds me of the kid from Sopranos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He kind of looks like AJ.
So, this movie, Jingle All the Way...
Yeah,
I feel like once upon a time it was in my Christmas rotation all the time, and then somehow it kind of like fell out, and it hasn't been back since. And after watching it for the podcast, I remembered why.
Yeah,
not a great movie.
Oh man, I still love it, dude.
It has that nostalgia, and it also is like almost like a time capsule, because I was just reading in the trivia. Came out in 1996, right? What else also came out in 1996?
Toy Story.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh yeah.
And Tickle Me Elmo was a huge
holiday.
It was this movie, just in real life.
People were getting trampled in stores trying to get them and shit.
Yes. Oh, I have notes on this. I forgot about that because I was there is a part in the movie where the store greeter opens the door and he gets trampled. That shit literally happened, and people door greeters died because people were trampling on them. Like, I'm so glad that's over with. I hope, knock on wood.
Well, now because of the pandemic and shit, most places don't even do in-store Black Fridays anymore.
Sorry, I was reading my notes. In the beginning, whenever Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife was like, Did you get it? He's like, did I get what? She's like, He's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get the DOLL. And I was like, does the kid not know how to spell doll?
Oh, not only that, he's like 8, 9,
He can't spell doll? Like, I guess he went with the same school as Thurman Merman.
He kind of whispers it though. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like kind of like a why are you mentioning it?
Yeah.
And then I love the scene with the cop because, he's fucking with him. He's like, "Hey man, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job. Like, I'm just trying to get my son's karate." He
goes on the shoulder.
Yeah. He's illegal as shit.
Fucking hate when people do this, so yeah. I wasn't mad. I was like, get him.
I think what's so great about this movie is, like, I feel like as a dad, everybody would go through that kind of to a certain extent, maybe not to that hilarity,
right?
But because you always want to make your kids' Christmas that great, you know what I mean?
I guess, but he had the chance to, but he kind of and he was more focused on work than actually getting shit done for his son.
That's the whole moral of the movie. Is, it's your family is what's important. Work is not say like your livelihood. It's not, but your family's what matters.
No,
and that's why I like the overall message. But the fact of we all remember that one year, that one toy that you just had to have because that was what was important to you at the time. And I remember it being like Ninja Turtles and Batman and stuff like that. Like, you just had to have that toy, and your parents would, even back then, I'm sure shit wasn't as bad as it is, but the equivalent to it, you just really don't think about how your parents would go out of their way, like, and how hard they'd have to work to buy that shit.
Yeah, that's one thing you take for granted as a kid is you don't realize how hard your parents have to work or how much money they have to save to get this stuff. Because I do remember, like, I was never really like on the hype train for stuff, but I knew you were.
Yeah, I've been the collector my whole life, man. And like my collection I had as a kid still shits on what I have now. And I've been trying to get it back since then. You know what I mean? So, like, it's tough.
You had more toys as a kid than you do now?
Oh, my God. Twice as many.
Oh, my God.
Dude,
where did you put them all?
Bro, I was that kid growing up that you would have fucking stayed at my house for a week because all the shit I had to play with.
My grandparents, their neighbor had a son that was the same age as me. And every once in a while, they're like, hey, go play with so-and-so. And this dude had so many toys just all over the floor. And I was like, oh, you have this. And he's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, whatever. Doesn't care.
I had all the Ghostbusters, the fucking Ecto-1, all the Ninja Turtles, all the bad guys, all the vehicles, the sewer play set, dude. I had everything but the Megadome. You know what I mean? But
there's only like 2 things that really stand out for, 3 really, but 2 for Christmas wise was, it wasn't a toy, it was a bike. Everybody in my neighborhood had the Mongoose bike, like the BMX bike.
I remember that.
I wanted one so bad. I got one for Christmas, thanks to my mom. And then it got stolen like soon after.
It's tough, bro.
Fuck. Mom's like, you're not getting another one. You should have changed it up.
Yep.
And then my dad, it wasn't a toy that I knew I wanted, but it was so fucking badass. Radio Shack had these remote control trucks, but they were like monster trucks. They were like high end. My brother got one, I got one, and I don't know, I just thought they were super cool. They like rode over everything, just these monster trucks. Just they did not die.
Oh
Yeah.
I got an RC car once. It was called the Slam Van, and you could run it in, and it would like make the van shorter.
Oh, that's cool.
And then like when it would get to the part where it wouldn't get any smaller, you'd hit a button and it would stretch back.
I remember those. I never had one, but I remember the
Yeah.
commercials. Yeah.
Dude, me and my cousin got one year for Christmas, and we ran them bitches ragged on the battery, off the charge, on the charge, off the charge.
Right. But I remember you asking me about this. I have a little toy, remote control toy beside me, because every year, for some reason, somebody bought me a remote control car. It was either an aunt, my grandmother, my parents. Like, I don't know why this was a thing.
Right.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong. Some of them were cheap. Some of them were awesome. And I was telling the wife about it. And one year she went and bought me a remote control car. It's a little like hoopty, but it was cute. So
Does it
that's
work?
where that. Yeah, it works.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's one of those ones you go straight and then you back up and it turns.
Okay. It's got two buttons.
Yeah.
Forwards and back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I used to get them for my son. You know, when he was younger, he had the Lightning McQueen that would smile, and it was pretty cool. Like, it was legit.
Yeah.
Like, you could ka-chow, and it would shine the little thing and all that. But
Oh, that's super cool.
now that he's older, it's all Switch, Pokemon.
Well, I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to talk my wife into getting me one of those Gravedigger trucks that's like half the size of my car, but she's not into it. So,
Dude, that's what my brother-in-law loves. He's got them gas-powered ones.
yeah.
They got
I've
some real
always wanted to do
horsepower,
that.
dude.
I've always wanted to put together my own gas-powered remote control car.
I mean, they're cool, but like it's so much fucking tinkering and
That's what I love about it, though.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like a hobby.
yeah, that you would probably get into. You know, but
I've never had a Turbo Man.
I still need one.
Are you looking for a Turbo Man?
See, I was at Walmart the other day and they had one, but the box was just beat to hell.
That doesn't matter, though. It's not to you.
See, I'm gonna get two of them. I'm gonna get one to keep in the package, and then I'm gonna have one to open and take out. Like, that's what I'm gonna do.
That makes sense.
And they're like $35.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Shit.
So like, it's not like I'm just gonna go get both of them at once.
Are you going to get the...
I'm gonna get the one I keep in the box.
Well, I was going to say, what's the other guy's name? The dog? Pink dog?
Oh, a booster.
Booster.
Yeah, I don't know if they have booster like that.
Ah, they should.
Dude, if they did him and the Dementor,
Mhm.
like they should do that, right?
Why not?
Well, it's just more money to dip in. You know what I mean? Like, why not? You're going for the nostalgia,
Right.
anyways. But the fact that you could buy a $35 Turbo Man, I would still do it. You know?
So yeah, everyone's fucking crazy for this Turbo Man in this movie.
Yeah, and that's-
Everyone's killing themselves. Like, that's the whole gist of the movie. It's Christmas Eve, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, the fact that any of those stores
Are open. Yeah.
But which R.I.P. to the great Phil Hartman. He's funny in this movie. I
Mhm.
like him being the do-it-all neighbor. He's the single dad.
I had it in my notes. This shit would not fly today.
No,
Not him. The like wives where he's fucking all the neighbors' wives.
dude, that's hilarious.
I mean, it's hilarious,
I
but you
don't-
couldn't put that in a movie today.
I don't think he's fucking all their wives. I think they're all the single moms in the neighborhood.
You think they're single?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just the wives.
It's so nice because I don't have a man. Like, one of them even says, like,
Oh,
I don't
duh.
have a man around the
Well, I
house.
just figured
like,
she was the single one and then the other ones, but
no,
that makes more
that's
sense.
The thing.
They're
Like, all the single moms want to bang him,
Why are
but
they all single?
he wants whatchamacallit. He
Yeah.
wants Arnold's old lady.
Right.
So that's what's great about that. Because he's like all like embarrassed, but not embarrassed.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got just the tool for the job. And he's great. He was always great at playing like that asshole,
Right.
you know. And
He's got to have a hog on him to be able to do that to all those women. You can't be slinging little dick like that.
Well, he probably was Arnold, kind of like that character. Like, he was all about work and all that, because his son even says it to Arnold's son later in the movie, Jamie. He's like, your dad's so awesome. I wish my dad did stuff like that. And he's like, oh, he didn't used to. Not until him and my mom split up. Now he does all of this. Now he's like, maybe your parents should get divorced. Did wonders for my dad.
You're right.
Because like now he's having to try more because he wants to look like he's like the super dad.
Yeah.
And that's what women find attractive. Like, don't get me wrong. If you have if you got a good looking body and, shit like that, like women love that shit. But like a man taking care of his kids by himself, that shit's like, it's almost as sexy to them. They like that shit.
Yeah, they like men that have their shit together.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Look at them adulting. Like, fuck.
Look at him going to work.
Funny or Die has a good one about that. Like, look at that fucking dad bod.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, but
I know this is like later in the movie, but there is one part in this movie that like bothered me. It's a single line. So Arnold Schwarzenegger comes off as this normal dude, right? He's just your everyday Joe. He even gets into a fight with a bunch of Susannas, and he's just like an average Joe.
By the way, I love that fucking scene, and we're definitely going to talk about it.
Oh, definitely. I'm just like
right. No, go ahead.
Coasting over it for the sake of this, but there's one line that Phil Hartman says. He's like, you can't bench press your way out of this one. I was like, when did this movie say that he was anyway in shape?
I think it was because like he is the tall, handsome, good looking dude. Like you could talk your wife deals with that shit because look at you, but like this is gonna be the one time.
Yeah, but he never like takes his shirt off and shows his like. He always has that trench coat on, so it kind of like hides everything. But I just thought it was funny he had to throw that in because it's fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's what he's known for, is fucking bodybuilding. I don't know. It was just like a weird line to have in the movie because it spoke to Arnold Schwarzenegger, not the character of the movie.
Well, I felt like that spoke to how petty Phil Hartman's character was in that movie. Right. It was just like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna fuck your wife on Christmas.
Well, he should have said something else like, you can't negotiate your way out of this, or something to do with his job, like his livelihood, not bench press. I don't know. It was a weird line.
I get that.
So he goes to the store. Meets up with Sinbad. Sinbad is a crazy guy.
He's a mailman.
He's a mailman, and he's on the verge of going postal.
I was about to say, I thought it was kind of shitty if you think about it. Like, it's kind of stereotyping postal workers. Like, they're all just fucking a ticking
this was
time
back in
bomb.
96 when that was a thing. Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, it's a turtle man. Like, of course, Sinbad don't give a fuck. Like,
right, he just wants it for his kid. He wants it for his kid, but he also doesn't want Arnold Schwarzenegger to have it for some reason.
Well, because he sees how successful he is.
Yeah,
and then that's why that scene with them at the diner and later on is so great, because he thinks he doesn't make it in life because of the toy he didn't get.
Right.
He's like, I remember the Johnny Will 5, 7 guns in one. I remember the commercial. Like, you could tell that like he had put a lot of time into thinking that that's why I am where I'm at in life, because I didn't get this gun.
I know,
goes,
right?
My neighbor, he goes, you ever heard of this guy? And he's like, yeah, isn't he like a billionaire? He's like, yeah, exactly. His dad got him one. Like
it's such a shitty message, because it's literally the opposite.
No.
The kid that got everything is a piece of shit, didn't do anything with his life. He's just a fucking trust fund baby. But then the kid that didn't get what he wanted had to work harder to get the shit that he wanted. That's how real life is.
I love that line from Anchorman too, when the guy that owns the news station, I'm Kit Wallaby. And yes, I did start off with my father's $200 million, but after years of my hard work, I've turned it into $202 million.
That's it's straight from Donald Trump's mouth.
Yeah.
He always says that shit. He's like, I was given $1 million and I turned it. It's like, no, back in your day it was it equals 40 million, but okay.
Little head start on life never
yeah,
hurts,
right.
But yeah, I just think that Sinbad does a really good job of
he is.
that,
he carries this movie on his back. Without him, this would be a little bit worse. That's one guy that I miss. Sinbad. He was so great back in the day.
He really was. He just kind of, man, it's one of those things, like you get your time, and then like he just didn't really. Most people go to like a TV show, you know what I mean? It was kind of like he was like, well, if I don't get to be the star anymore,
like I was gonna say Sinbad had his own TV show.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, but and then he started doing the movies, and I don't know. It's just kind of like he never really did anything where he wasn't like the main guy. I mean, other than Blank Check,
but
shit like that.
He's not a starring role. Like, I don't know. There's some actors that I don't want them to be a starring role. Like I would love them to just be the side character. I was thinking about that. What's that kid? He's in fucking everything. Hot Tub Time Machine, Kick Ass.
Oh yeah.
Sex Drive. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
I do not want a full movie of that kid.
Right.
But I want him to be the sidekick in every movie.
Nah, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But he's still got a couple movies like House Guest. You ever seen that with him?
I think I have. Long time ago.
Phil Hartman plays in that one. They were like old college buddies, and Sinbad's like a hustler, and he's trying to he owes like a bunch of people money, and it's like pretty much like a big ass infomercial from McDonald's because like this whole thing he loves McDonald's. Right. The whole movie he's like trying to get McDonald's. That's good. And First Kid, did you ever see that one?
No.
Where he is the president's son's bodyguard.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah. It's
a great movie.
It was pretty funny. I remember that. It's very, very 90s. All his movies are pretty dated, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's where it went because he did a lot of not kids movies, but teenager type movies.
Yeah, it was like Disney movies,
and it worked out. He was in Good Burger. You know what I mean? Like he has a bunch of great little roles that you're always remembering.
But they're just in forgettable movies.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
where does this fall on Arnold Schwarzenegger? This is when he's on like his.
Oh, this is Downslope.
Downslope,
yeah. After this, he comes out with Batman and Robin.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and then Eraser,
and then Slip
Into Days, The Sixth Day.
I kind of like Eraser.
I do too.
Oh, okay.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. I was gonna say I always watch
that alligator scene makes you worth it, dog. Ain't gonna lie. And the bartender, the one that he like erases at the very beginning of the movie, I like that guy. He's good in it. I will say this. Maybe, it's debatable whether it's his shitty run, but it's his cheese run.
Yeah. I think it started with Last Action Hero, which is funny because that's a parody of himself.
Yeah.
And then he just went on like the slope, which...
That was what, 94?
Yeah, it was like... I think it was right before this.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Because everyone hated Last Action Hero, and I'm like,
I love it.
Why? I love it. Like me and Mick talk about it all the time. How much we love Last Action Hero.
Don't get Mick started on Last Action Hero, bro.
Right?
He
exactly.
Loves that fucking movie.
But everyone hates it. And I'm like, why? It's a fucking parody movie.
Right. Some people just, I don't know, man.
Can't have fun.
Well, yeah. Not only that, but like when somebody like Arnold or Sly, like you don't want to see them do comedy.
Yeah.
You want to see them blow shit up and kick ass. Like you're not paying your ticket for that. You have to be an honestly like big fan of that actor to enjoy movies like this.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop. That's one where I feel like people like it's just enough action, just enough, comedy.
That's what this one lacked was good action. Like I think I guess we can talk about it now is he's going to look for a toy and he comes across this Santa that has one, but he has to go to the
great Jim Belushi, man.
Yeah.
Like, he is fucking awesome and everything. I just watched K-9 the other day. I love that movie. It's a good, like, I don't know, buddy cop dog movie.
Yeah, it's a buddy cop
Turner
movie.
and Hooch, you know what I'm saying? Like, good movie. But yeah, he is fucking he's great in this for this little bit that he's in it. He takes her to this and he's singing a little boy that Santa forgot. He's a little boy. Who are you, Dan Rather? What's up with the 20 questions? They pull into this shady ass warehouse, like
full of Santas.
Dude, you know what I've always wondered is where does this movie take place? Because I feel like it's in Minnesota.
I never thought about it.
Because that mall, the last mall he goes to for the drawing with the balls,
yeah,
and he gets the shit beat out of him. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, only in the 90s do these women beat the living shit out of him with purses.
Yeah,
because they think he's touching a kid, but then they just let him walk away.
Yeah, right.
Nobody calls a cop.
You fucking
over.
pervert, and then walks away with your kid. Like, no, you're gonna beat him until the tops come.
Well, I mean, he didn't walk away with anybody's kid, but
yeah,
still, like in '96, like I'm gonna assault you, but like we'll let you go.
Right, but. Back in '96, those purses. It's like Archer said.
There was no telling what was in those fucking things.
What do you have in there? Buckles? Do you watch Archer? Okay.
I love that guy's voice. He's
amazing. Do you watch Bob's Burgers?
Every now and then.
I watch every single Bob's Burgers episode. I love Bob's Burgers.
The lady that plays his wife, her voice kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah, but it's kind of, she's so sweet. She is a real mom.
Right. But I love him on Family Guy. He plays the convenience store guy.
Oh, yeah.
And Archer. He does Archer, too.
I wish Archer was still funny. It kind of fell off.
it's like everything, man. It's just, you do it for so long. Like, things like The Simpsons and shit. Like, it's a wonder how they stay going as long as they have.
Right.
Like, I used to love Family Guy. I mean, I still enjoy it when it's on, but like I don't watch it like I used to be. I was there every Sunday.
It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. It became a parody of itself.
Yeah.
They became too cartoonish. That's the thing. Yeah. But I do have a gripe with the ball scene because these people are trying to get these balls as if they have little Turbo Mans in them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a drawing. Like the ball that you're going after, you don't know that
to win it, though, champ.
I guess, but
and I think
chasing a little girl around to get the ball.
I think that was the crazy part. That was what it was trying to do. Was show like how fucking crazy these people were to get this toy. That old lady, she looks like such a sweet old lady. She bites the living shit out of his hand, and the one dude's beating fucking Sinbad into the floor, like beating the ball out of his mouth. It's a funny scene.
Yeah. Did you
Get
know that?
The mailman.
He's got two. I do not. But yeah, I just couldn't stop thinking about the Elmo thing. That tickled me Elmo because it was really like that back thing. And then Furbies and
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis was one.
Pokemon.
Pokemon's still a thing.
Well, I'm saying like the games, the original ones.
Oh, right.
Blue and red and yellow. I mean, those went fucking certain.
I was watching a video the other day of people doing this over Pokemon cards. Like when Target opens their doors, these grown ass men are knocking people over to get to these Pokemon cards.
The reason why Target stopped selling Pokemon cards for like 6 months was because in Arizona, some dude pulled a gun on another guy because he bought. There was like 4 of them left, and he bought all 4. And the dude's like, "I've been in this fucking line for hours. You're not buying all 4." And he's like, "Yeah, I can. There's no rule." They didn't have the rule. Now it's you can only buy 2 Pokemon related items, and they ain't budging on that shit.
Yeah, they have a thing because I saw it over the weekend. It said due to high demand. It's crazy.
No,
they have to do
that. Craziness.
Yeah, due to fucking crazy people.
Well, and the shitty part about it is like that dude was only buying them to sell them online for double the price. Because, during the pandemic, a lot of people got into Pokemon again because, it was something to do. It's a fun hobby. Right. It's not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Some people do it with their kids like me. And, some people are just grown-ups and enjoy doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for every
scalpers are like the worst thing in this fucking planet.
And that's
you're only buying shit to make a profit, and it's disgusting. Like, I get it if you're a collector and you want to sell it down the road, that's one thing. But just to buy it to sell it is just gross to me. Like,
y'all have no intention of using or keeping any of the shit.
You don't care about it.
It's clearly just another check and a little bit of money for you. Like, I was out at the flea market this morning, bro, and lady had $35 on a pack that's $20.
Really?
At the store. And I'm just like, that $15, like, up markup just for what?
Yeah, exactly. You're just doing it to be.
And I said the sad part is if somebody's been looking and they can't find one, they're gonna buy that because they want to get it for their kid.
Yeah, exactly.
It just won't be me,
right?
Because I did mine shopping early this year, bro. I was mad at myself. I didn't bring my Blu-rays. I got a shit ton of Blu-rays this morning for $1.
Yeah, you're moving on. You're moving on up. You're getting into Blu-ray territory.
I don't think the lady wanted to sell me some of them for what she did. I got season 4 of Breaking Bad on Blu-ray for $1. And I noticed that she had like a little 4 written on it. But I asked her when I walked up, I said, "How much are the movies?" She said, "They're all $1." I said, "All of them are $1?" Like, because there was Blu-rays and regular movies. She's like, "Yeah, they're all $1." I was like, "Okay." So I just...
That's on her then.
Yep. She's like, "I'm just going to charge you $1 because that's what I told you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah. Does she have an attitude about it?
She looked like she was trying to get it done before her husband got back. You sold Breaking Bad on Blu-ray for what? But
yeah, we got the whole series on Black Friday one year.
I knew you'd be happy. I got John Wick 2 on Blu-ray.
Fuck yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So now I got 1 and 2 on Blu-ray.
Yeah, now you just need to get 3 and we'll be set.
I haven't even seen 3.
3 is pretty good. It expands on the universe. I love it.
I only want to see it because my dog Boban Marjanovic is in it.
I'm sorry?
He's a 7'4" guy.
Oh, okay.
You can't miss him.
That was a tongue twister for me. Yeah, he's the guy who fights at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't give anything, man.
I'm not giving you anything away.
Okay.
I love it though. I love that whole series. I'm waiting for 4.
That guy could dunk a basketball without jumping.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
It's amazing. I've watched him warm up. He just grabs the rim and stretches. Like it's magnificent.
How's it even fair?
He looks like he's the nicest guy in the world too. Like
yeah. You have to be when you can crush everybody.
Well, it's not the thing. Like, believe it or not, he's not that big a star in the NBA because his style of basketball where you play with the big man like that, it's kind of dead. They just run and gun you to death now. You got guys like Steph Curry that could pull up from half court and drill it with ease. Mm-hmm. Like, you kind of don't need a guy like that because it takes him a while to get up and down the floor.
Well, I always thought Shaq, the only reason Shaq was so popular is because he's so large, but apparently he was a decent basketball player.
Well, it's not only that. He was just a fucking menace. Mm-hmm. Like, he was 270 pounds, 7'1". Like, what are you going to do with that? That's a problem. Like, he's not going anywhere on that court that he doesn't want to go. You're not going to move him out of the way.
Right.
And they would just hand him the ball, and he would make one turn and just dunk and break your fucking face if you were in the way. And people started getting the fuck out of the way, especially young in his career when he played for Orlando. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. Like, he was pulling rims down.
Oh, yeah.
Broke, like, things that people were like, oh, those don't break. Well, like, he just did. Like, he did more than once, bro. He was like, yeah, that's why Shaq is always going to be Shaq, because he dominated basketball while he played.
Yeah.
Until he was like 40, and then he was still just out there.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know how we got on that. But
I don't know, but in my notes I wrote ball pits creep me out.
Oh yeah, because like you just don't know what's in
he's
there.
chasing this little girl for this ball for the raffle thing, whatever, and he ends up in the ball pit. Mm-hmm. Ever since I was a kid, I was just always been grossed out about those things. Like you said, you don't know what's down there. Like, I guess because someone told me the story of like a kid could like shit in there, mm-hmm. and then there's shit down there, mm-hmm. and it just like has always grossed me out.
Oh yeah, because like when you're little and you don't weigh much, if you never make it to the bottom of it, it's not a big deal. You just kind of swim through.
Right.
But when you're bigger and you're heavier, you go to the bottom mm-hmm. and you start feeling things down at the bottom.
Stop.
I'm gonna give you a phobia.
We're moving on to the next subject.
Come in here one day and I've just turned this entire room into a ball pit.
I will fucking leave. Babe, we gotta move.
Come on, dude.
No, it just makes me think of like when you wash dishes and then you're done and you have to pull the plunger. But there's all that wet food near it that you touch. Like, that is like serious texture. Yeah, exactly.
Most shit like that doesn't get me. It's only certain things.
So whenever he's fighting the Santas, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, we keep breaking away from that. That's where we got to that. The Big Show is in this movie.
Is that the Big Show? Okay, I was like, I think that's the Big Show, but I can't tell.
And it's Vern Troyer. That's Vern Troyer is the little Santa.
Oh really?
Yeah. And the guy from Death to Smoochie, I forget his name, Tony something, but yeah.
God, can we please do that next year?
Death to Smoochie?
Yes.
You bet your sweet ass we can, dude.
You got me on that movie because you kept quoting it, and I was like, I guess I need to watch it.
Oh, you never saw it?
No, because you kept quoting Robin Williams and the Bush and everything, and I was like, I guess I gotta watch it because Mick had me do this like Photoshop thing where it took like names of his favorite movies, put it on one big billboard or whatever, and I sent it to him. Death to Smoochie was on there. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but it's Mick, so it's weird.
It's a very, very underrated Robin Williams comedy.
It is criminally underrated.
And Ed Norton does a fantastic job.
They're both amazing. The chemistry is fantastic in that movie.
The Irish Mob, I love the whole thing together. It just blends. It's, like I said, it's a very, it gets a raw deal.
Hopefully 2022 we'll do Death to Smoochie because I love after you kept talking about it, I watched, I'm like, I love this movie.
I would have loved to have done it when you saw it the first time, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Because that would have been a great, But yeah, I saw that movie in theaters.
Did you really?
Well, I was cleaning one, so you know how it goes. That was on my first theater run.
Yeah.
That's when I saw that one.
That's
but
funny.
dude, that movie started the first day it opened. It started in the little theater. Mm-hmm. Like it was already on its way out the door.
That's sad.
And it was my night. I was like, oh, I've seen everything else. Might as well sit in this motherfucker. And I ended up loving it.
Yeah.
At 12 years old, I was like, this is fucking great.
Love that movie.
Still love it to this day.
Yeah. But that's what I was going to ask you is during the Santa fight, like, was that the Big Show? Because I'm like, I think he seems tall, like bigger than like.
Yeah, he was younger. I mean, shit,
He was in shape.
Jacked in that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's early in his career.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna deck your halls, bub. Like when he does like that, you see his hands, you're like, oh yeah, it's definitely him.
Yeah.
Like, little buddy. I love that shit. Vern Troyer, R.I.P. man. Like
100%.
I think that's the first movie I ever saw him in.
Really?
I think it's one of the first for sure.
It's definitely the Austin Powers that I saw.
That's what I'm saying. I think that came out like the year after this. I think it came out like 97, 98, the first Austin Powers.
Yeah.
But well, of course he did a fantastic job as Mini-Me. But yeah, I love that scene with Jim Belushi. And he's like, it's the multicultural version. It's fun and educational.
Right. Don't open it.
That's
And it falls apart.
terrible. I love that shit. I kind of hope that like the one you buy in the box is that one.
At least it has that voice line.
You're right. Like that would be too fucking funny.
That would be great.
After he gets into the fight and they got those little toy badges, which I gotta lie, man, a little bootleg cop badge was pretty convincing. You got the whole
Yeah, you got the whole squad. And I was like, this wouldn't fly.
This is the sloppiest bust I've ever seen. 3 years of undercover work. Like, took you 3 years to bring down a bunch of Santas?
The only part of that was believable is that's real. Like people that go undercover like that, the law enforcement actually don't know anything about it.
Right, yeah.
So that was the part that I was like, I can believe that because it's true. People that go undercover, like his boss is probably the only one that knows that he's undercover.
I know it has nothing to do with the episode, but real quick, what's your favorite undercover cop movie?
Oh my God, off the top of my tongue.
Yeah.
Undercover cop. Eastern Promises.
Fuck, that's a good choice, bro. Fuck, that's a good choice. I was going to say Departed.
Departed is great too.
I fucking love Departed. I love them both.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Viggo Mortensen fucking kills it in that
That's
movie.
another movie we're doing in 2022 because I want to talk about it so bad.
Dude, bro. We haven't done The Departed, have we?
No.
I might do that too.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
I might just go through
We can do a whole
Scorsese's
fucking
roster.
6 months of Scorsese.
For real, though. Except Hugo. I don't want to do Hugo.
Why? You don't like Hugo?
It's so boring. Like,
It's long.
It is.
I give it that. Like, it doesn't need to be a 3-hour kids movie.
It doesn't.
That's the one gripe I have with it. Like, it's a cute fucking movie, and I love it, but gotta
You know me,
trim
bro.
it.
I love De Niro.
Yeah.
But, like it's tough.
It is. It's a hard
Mhm.
to get through.
Not all of his movies. Aviator too. It's a good movie. It's just so fucking long, bro.
I've never seen Aviator.
It's long.
I've
as
seen
shit.
about half of Aviator, and I gotta turn it off because I don't care about any of that.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. And I love DiCaprio, but it's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of the only movie that and the fucking Hoover movie he did. I didn't care about those.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I pretty much watch everything DiCaprio's in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna say I watch everything that Scorsese does, but
I still
Aviator
haven't
is
seen
just
Silence. Still haven't seen it.
okay. I haven't seen it either.
What? You
Yeah,
own it, dude.
I own it. I just
We'll have to put it on there
yeah.
at some point when we go on the Scorsese run.
Right.
But anyways, I just had to ask you that. But God, that was a good response, bro.
I always like think about that because I love the idea of him spoilers for Eastern Promises, but an undercover cop going into the mob, but like they're in so deep that they can't get out. Like I love that.
And like they have the mindset like, fuck it, I'm gonna take over this bitch.
Yeah.
Like you think that he's fully like lost it until that meeting at the end. He's like, I want you to tell him I got stars above my heart. Like you tell them I ain't getting out of shit. Like, I'm gonna take over London now. Like what the fuck? Great movie. Why has there never been another one?
Yes.
Like that is a movie you definitely do a sequel.
Right.
And it would have been, I think it would be better because you don't have to have the baby thing in it now.
Mm-hmm.
Because now the old man's gone.
That's true.
So now it's just on him and Creel's rise.
Right. It would be fun to watch him like rise and then have like a new cop come in and have to take him down.
Right, because
That'd be
like
fucking-
he's completely lost it. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
just wants to be a gangster now. Like
Right.
he doesn't give a fuck about what he's doing now. That would be a fantastic
We'll talk about Jingle
movie.
all the way eventually.
Oh, dude. I'm sorry, man. I do love this movie, guys. But,
It's okay. We're just getting off topic today for some reason. We just did a podcast. Like we're having to do these so close together because of the holidays.
right.
But we just did a podcast, yet we still have so much to talk about.
Well, it's like, you talk about one thing and then it kind of makes you think of something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
And then like I have one of those minds that like I have to say it or
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget.
So he gets out of the
Yes,
thing.
he gets out of it by pretending to be an undercover cop,
Right.
And he gets back. He gets in his car. His car runs out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
He pushes it to a diner, and then this is where him and Sinbad, like, they've met up at 2 different toy stores, and they both got into it at both times.
Yeah.
But Arnold's like over the day at this point, and he's like, "Peace. Tis the season to be jolly. Like, don't beat my ass. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I failed too." And they both pretty much are like, "Did you get a doll? No. Did you get a doll? No."
Oh, and this is where it comes on the radio. If you can name all the reindeers.
People looking everywhere for a Turbo Man doll. Yeah. Yes. I love that shit, Arnold. Yes, I have.
So they go over to this fucking radio station to get a fucking... This was such like a small part too, because he goes in and he's like, "Do you think I have a Turbo Man doll?" "No, it's a certificate for..."
"That's what you said on the radio." Because he pretends he has a bomb.
Right.
And then...
That's another actor that was pretty great. I can't remember his name, but you know.
Oh, yeah. He plays the Ponytail. "Don't you laugh at me, Ponytail Man." "You've been making fun of me with my safari hat and my tall socks in the summer." And that's funny because fucking post offices, they do that shit.
Yeah.
Like when it's hot outside.
I was reading in the fun facts. Apparently Sinbad ad-libbed a lot of his lines, and Arnold did too.
I feel like he was probably drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Like
maybe not Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, that coffee scene. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he was drinking.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say, I was editing the last episode and we were talking about Bad Santa, and I kept saying stairs and it's an escalator.
Oh yeah.
I know the difference between the two, so
I'm glad.
Yeah.
No,
I kept saying
I didn't
stairs. I noticed it. I was like, why do we keep saying stairs? They're fucking escalators.
That kid is back on the escalator. That is one of my favorite bits in all of cinema, bro. I shit you not.
I did that on Facebook the other day. So somebody posted this thing like it was one of those pictures, like you look at it, they're like, you either see a moose or you see a cat, and I'm like, it's a sailboat.
Sailboat, goddamn sailboat.
But luckily my friend caught on. She's like, "Do you want a chocolate covered pretzel?" I'm like, "Yes." I was like, "Only if we could ride on the escalator."
I hope his pants get caught in a bloodbath ensues. Jesus, Brody. What? I don't mean the kidney hard, but somebody, I don't care who, should have told him to fear and respect that fucking escalator.
What's sad is that really does happen.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah, not a bloodbath, but
well, yeah, it's
people
all fun
do
and
get caught
games
in there.
until your shit gets caught in there.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that shit about that movie. That's one of my. I think
that is your favorite movie. You named your
movie.
kid after one of the characters in that movie, Mallrats.
Jason Lee, man. Like, I think I have like a forever love for him because of that movie.
Yeah,
And that was my introduction to Kevin Smith.
Was it?
Yeah, everybody always says like, "Oh, you must have seen Clerks first." Clerks was actually the third Kevin Smith movie I saw.
Yeah.
I saw this.
Actually, I'm right there with you. I think Mallrats was first because a friend of mine had the VHS. I'm like, "What the fuck is Mallrats?" She's like, "You have not seen Mallrats?" So
my dad
like,
showed me
watch
that
it
movie.
immediately.
He said, "Oh, you like comics and shit." He's like, "This is a movie up your alley. Like, you'll like this." But I just like fell in love with Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith. Like,
Yeah, their chemistry.
dude. Mallrats especially.
Uh-huh.
Yo, you take a hit off my blunt, bro. You'll see some big titty mermaids doing some of that lesbian shit. Look at me, you sloppy bitch.
I do this podcast with a child.
Bro, at like 12 years old, though, like I had heard anybody talk to anybody, like let alone a friend like that. You know what I mean? And like it would just blew my mind. I thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen.
Mine was Cheech and Chong. I was watching Cheech and Chong around 12 years old. I fucking loved that movie.
I didn't start watching Cheech and them until after school's sessions.
Yeah.
But then obviously.
But it was one of those things that my dad had. Like we had a stack of VHSs. He's like, "Don't watch that one." I'm like, "Okay, when you leave, that's the first one I'm gonna watch."
Why would you say that?
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to watch it. Like,
hey, you're not allowed to watch that one. Okay, it's not locked up.
I'm serious, Greg. It's Korean snuff. It's terrible shit. Don't watch it, son. Give you fucking nightmares.
Right.
Craig's in there watching beheadings. Like,
I love that. I love the part in this movie because he's like, he walks in the radio station. He's like, "It's a bomb." Yeah. He acts like it's a bomb, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger opens it up, and it's just a fucking music box. But then the cops come in, the one you were talking about that's giving Arnold a hard time.
This
He's
is
like,
the greatest scene of this movie, man.
Yeah.
It is hilarious.
It is fucking hilarious.
You too, Barnaby Jones. And then they run out, and he's like,
well, he does the bomb.
he's like, tell him I'm unstable. And he's like, I can tell you, this man is 100% insane. So like Arnold just books it,
Right.
And then Sinbad goes on the elevator, and the old man, he's like, I wouldn't touch that, sir.
He's like, I've been on the
Calm
bomb
down,
squad
Sparky.
for 12 years.
I was on the bomb squad for 10 years, and that bitch goes off.
Yeah. And then Sinbad's like, oh, that was actually
really
a bomb?
It's a sick world we're living in. Sick people. And it's just the best line.
It was a good scene.
And then shows old boy with his hands and face blown off like a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah, it's very Home Alone-ish.
It's Sparky. Got that great one-liner. How many years on the bomb squad? It's a great little scene.
Yeah. It's the one that was amusing.
Between that and the Santa fight, those are like my two favorite memories. Mm-hmm. And when he is trying to get his son at the beginning of the movie, not to be mad at him, not anything with the scene, that's nothing to write home about, but all the shit in that kid's room, I had.
Oh, okay. Did you really?
The Marvel sheets and the pillow covers. Dude, and
this makes me think of Troll 2 whenever you watched it. You're like, his room is like my room when I was a kid. All the baseball memorabilia.
Yeah. I mean, that's how my room was. I had like comic book shit and sports stuff everywhere.
It was pretty cool. Like I saw one, it was like painted on his room.
Dude, how much did those parents love their kid, bro? Yeah. Like my parents, I had a nice house growing up and they didn't do that shit too.
No, I had to paint on my walls and it wasn't that good.
I mean, I had posters and stuff hung up, but like they didn't do shit like that. Like, man, that today people do that shit. Like that's money.
Yeah,
on that wall.
You should do it for Brody.
Yeah. I put posters up and stuff for him.
Now you got to paint the wall.
I don't want to paint. I don't like painting, but yeah, I like that scene. But that's why I said. And when he goes through the toy stores, I got to the point where I was pausing it when it was showing the toy aisles, and I was looking at the action figures because I had that one, I had that one, like, and that's one of the parts about it I love so much because it's. I like that now because, like I said, as a parent, like there's nothing I wouldn't go for if my kids wanted it.
There is. Like, because I don't have kids, but there are times like I'm like I wish I had kids so I could like buy it for them. Like one of my friends currently is looking for a dollhouse for their kid, and they're selling out everywhere. And as soon as they get stock, they sell out. But she's still on the hunt for it, and I was like, I would be the same way. Right. Like my kid wants this, so I'm gonna work that hard to get it for them.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, it does suck because you do put that on yourself, but like that's the thing I love about it, and it makes me appreciate my parents that much more because it's like, damn, now I know what you were going through.
Yeah.
Like you just want your kids to have a good Christmas.
Right.
And I think that's the message that this movie is trying to send is maybe not the toy because I love that. That's probably the best line the kid has in the whole movie. He's like, why did you give up the Turbo Man? He goes, I thought you wanted it more than anything. He's like, my dad's Turbo Man. He's like, I don't need that shit. Like,
yeah.
And that's great, man, because that's what it's about, It's about family and everything. And I don't know, man. This movie just hits me in the feels.
Yeah, like, especially if you have kids, so I get it.
I love the fight scene at the end. Old boy from Revenge of the Nerds. I was sweating like a dog at a Chinese restaurant waiting on you, smoking a Marlboro.
Yeah.
I know you're Booster. He's like, who are you, Mary Poppins? Like, and then the guy that he's replacing for the Turbo Man, he's like, the good thing is John showed some brain activity, which is a really positive sign. Like, by the way, good luck. He just goes out there. I did not realize how long and over the top the jetpack scene was.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
I will say that they could have probably cut a good bit of that out.
Probably cut most of it out because it looks awful.
It's like, it gets to the point where it's like, well, okay, this is a Christmas comedy or an action movie because like you're like we're getting into some serious budget now.
It feels like a good 20 minutes of jetpack scene.
Dude, and like, I don't know, it just goes into the overboard, I feel like. But
agree. I was going to bring it up too.
But I love Sinbad when he pops up as the bad guy and he starts flicking off the crowd.
Is that in the script? I had in my notes, I'm like, the kid didn't recognize his dad through a fucking visor. until he took off the whole helmet.
You're so
He's like,
harsh with
Dad.
this fucking kid, bro. Like, I get it, bro. Nobody liked the Phantom Menace that much.
Right.
Like,
But he's like borderline retarded in this movie. I'm just kidding. Him and Thurman Merman probably should
you
have
need to be
switched
careful,
places.
bro. This guy doesn't have much going on. He might track you down to beat the shit out of you.
That's fine. I'll get a check out of it. I got beat up by the Phantom, by fucking Darth Vader.
You got beat up by Hayden Christensen? No, the kid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's like 30 now, bro.
Right. He's not a kid no more.
He's older than me. He beat the shit out of me, bro.
I mean, he was a shitty actor in fucking Star Wars 2. I mean, he wasn't born for it.
Yeah, it's funny too because like they really like he was kind of the age that he could have played him going forward.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. We're going for this dude.
Yeah, but the next guy didn't do much better.
No, he did way worse.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Agreed.
I stopped watching that guy in movies because of this. Like, I don't know how I saw Jumper. Oh yeah, I do know how. Worked at a movie theater.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't have saw that. That kid is terrible, man. Name one good fucking movie that guy's been in.
I can't.
It's because they don't exist.
Right.
I'm not even going to let him fuck up any more of this podcast, but yes, the fight scene at the end with him and Sinbad is pretty cool. You know what I didn't understand? How did he shoot the fist at him?
I don't know.
Because wasn't his hand?
Yeah, his hand was in the
And
glove.
then when he comes back, he does this shit right here with the same hand. And I'm like, well, how did you do that?
That was awful.
That was magic. I love that.
Did your hand really come off?
Maybe it was like he tucked it back into the suit. I don't know. But
yeah.
It was a cool little bit. And when the little demon squad jumps on, they're like, don't you remember the choreography? And he just like picks one up and throws them at him.
Right. They look like Power Rangers mixed with the, the little guy that helped Zordon.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like those two like meshed
the one
together.
that made the monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Dude, the original Power Rangers lineup, those were the best, bro.
100%. That first generation. Oh my God.
Dude, the Megazord, I had all that shit, man.
Pink Ranger, I had a crush on until she got pregnant.
She was so
It's like she's a fucking whore.
She's banging hot. I like the Yellow Ranger more.
Really?
Yeah, she was hot. I got a thing for Asian women.
Do you?
I did. Well, I did.
There's something new about you every time. I wouldn't say Asian, but Korean. Like there's something about Korean women. Oh my God. Huh? You don't think so?
No, I mean, I think, I think Asian women are good looking.
Yeah, two white, overweight men talking about how much they love Asian women.
I
so
loved,
fucking
Lucy Liu. That's who did it for me.
Lucy
Growing
Liu?
up, I
yeah,
loved Lucy
she's
Liu.
pretty gorgeous.
And
you know who did it for me is she's in Gangnam Style. She's the girl that dances with him. Psy.
I don't know if I've seen that music video.
Oh, really? Well, I'll have to show it to you.
I hate that song.
Do you? I loved that song.
Yeah. Everybody. When they did the mean tweets with him, who said, "I wish somebody could stick a stick up Psy's ass so he can't dance anymore." He's like, "You could do that, but I could still dance." He took it a good spirit. But
yeah.
Some of them, the way like when they do it, like some of them are mean. Dude.
Oh, some are super mean.
Dude, the one with
like,
Andy Dick, bro, that was like, can it be my turn to punch Andy Dick so hard that there's bones in his stool? I was like, oh my God. Dude.
Yeah, I've read some of them or watched some of them read them, and you can tell it like legitimately hurt their feelings.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Dude?
Yeah.
Somebody said that they'd rather cut off their arm and fuck themselves with it than listen to Katy Perry's album.
I actually like Katy Perry.
A couple of them.
Well, someone did a gent version of her songs, and I thought that shit slaps.
Yeah. There's a couple of them that are just like extra mean.
Yeah, it's super mean.
David Spade. Fuck you, David Spade. Yeah. He's like, this guy, he just gets right to it.
Wastes no time.
Dear God, if you give us back Tupac, we'll give you Justin Bieber. I thought that shit was so fucking funny.
I love that you have mean tweets memorized.
Dude, I've watched them for every one from the very beginning. I think they're fucking hilarious.
They are funny. I've only seen them here or there, but
I think my favorite ones out of all of them are the athletes, because the athletes take that shit really hard. Like,
Because they're not actors.
No.
That's
So
the thing.
like most of them don't know how to like take it as a joke.
Right.
They're just like, fuck this guy. And sometimes when people go athletes, it's worse because they think like NFL fans sometimes believe that they're like part owners of the team.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when somebody has a bad game or costs you a game or something,
Well, it's just because that person probably lost money.
well, it's not even that, but like one of them said like, "Oh, you dropped a pass. I hope your fucking leg falls off," or some shit like that. He's just like, "Bro, it's a game, bro. Like this is how I feed my family. Like you're wanting something life changing bad to happen to me because of a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I get that. Like that's shitty. So
Right.
I get why some of them take it a little bit, personal. But actors, it's like we don't really know the real you.
Yeah.
We only see what we see on.
Well, they know how to
screen.
like rebuttal to this thing. They know how to like put on a show, but sports athletes don't know how to put on a show besides physical. You know what I mean?
And some of them was like, and like some people like Adam Sandler. Like Adam Sandler was like, I think he handled his the best. It was like, can we start a Kickstarter to make Adam Sandler and no more movies or some shit like that going? He's like, well, fuck you guys. That's terrible. And he stands up and like hits the microphone and like makes a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
like it's that bad, but he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm still rich as fuck.
Right.
Like,
Did you ever see Bert Kreischer interview Adam Sandler?
no, but I'm looking that up.
It's awkward as fuck because
it?
Bert Kreischer's so excited that he gets to talk to Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler is super uncomfortable
right.
because he doesn't know who Bert Kreischer is. So
dude.
Bert Kreischer's just coming off as like a super fan. So it was
because he probably is.
it's fucking uncomfortable, but hilarious.
You would think though that like Adam Sandler would have like done a little bit of digging. To see
No,
who's
Adam
talking to
Sandler
him.
was on somebody else's podcast. So Bert Kreischer busts in and he's like, "Oh my God, Adam Sandler." Brr, 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 brr. He Bert Kreischer's the interview.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna have to look that up.
yeah, you should.
Well, I feel like we covered pretty much
Majority
the
of it. There's
majority
not
of
a
the
whole
movies.
lot in
After
this
the big fight, like I said, it's a real sweet moment.
with the kid and his father.
And he gives him the hug, and but he does get the action figure for him. And you know what's funny? They don't ever touch back on it. He keeps the fucking certificate from the radio station for that Turbo Man.
Oh, does he?
So I think he knew, like, it's a sweet moment, but like at the same time, like, hey, son, I still got this for when
Right,
you want one.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, and I love the scene where he knocks out the reindeer. I think that's funny.
Oh, that was
He
pretty funny.
uppercuts-
Yeah.
You started it. Like, then he's drinking beer with the reindeer. Like, I'm
Yeah.
defeated.
I feel like that's a thing. Like in Ireland, like if you beat someone up, you have to buy them a beer afterwards.
No, and some people, like, they just like to throw the fisticuffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get it out of their system. It's all good, bro.
I heard a story, place I worked at before I came back. They were talking about don't fight, like don't get any altercations. They were like, there was these two guys. I guess they were fighting over a woman or whatever. They went off the property, had a fight, made up, came back to work, and got fired.
Because other people found out about it.
I guess they said something about it, but I'm just like, really? They were trying to, they handled it like men. They handled it like,
Well, they did to a certain extent, but then they were like fucking little schoolgirls. I'm going to fight fucking Jim on lunch, talking shit about my woman.
I guess,
You
but
know what
like,
I mean? Like, you had to take it there, but like, you didn't, like, a real motherfucker would have been like, oh, bro, I got something for your ass. I'll see you. Don't worry about it.
yeah, I guess
You
you're
know
right.
what I mean? Especially if you know that where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna say nothing to you here, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I don't know.
But yeah, man, the job ain't gonna play that shit. This is all about money at the end of the day.
Right.
They're gonna get rid of you every time.
So yeah, that was pretty funny when he punched the fucking reindeer.
I loved it when he
Had a beer
uppercutted
with
that
him.
reindeer. That's like the action that you needed at that point in the movie.
I think that's all of my notes.
When he fucking Pele's the Wiseman's head out of the window, Phil Hartman puts it out with a sweater, and he's like, Balthazar. He was such a treasure, man. He was a real loss.
Yeah.
And it's just real tragic the way he died, you know.
How did he die again?
His wife murdered him.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that, but just like it's one of those things you like push
It's
to the
just
back
so
of your brain.
horrible that you just kind of
Exactly.
forget about it. And it happened like a while ago now. This is probably 20 years ago.
Yeah. That's tragic.
I
That's
would
what's
say
gonna
he
happen.
died at like the end of the 90s, like
Mhm.
not long after this, a couple years.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of good little scenes, and I liked him on Saturday Night Live. I was always a big Phil Hartman fan.
Yeah, everything he's been in, I've always like. There was never a time I saw him and I was like, eh.
Yeah, he was gold on news radio.
So this is one of those weird movies. It's like you've either seen it.
You either love it or hate it.
Yeah, exactly. Either you're gonna watch it or not. You know. So it's hard to like recommend.
It's going back on my holiday rotation again.
It's not. After watching it, I was like, I can't put this back on because it's just cringy.
It's weird. Like when it comes down to Christmas movies that I enjoy, like some of them are not the highest rated ones, you know, or what you would consider. But like I enjoy the Harold and Kumar Christmas. Do I like it as much as I like the first? No. But we talked about that last week.
Yeah, I tried watching it and I was like, it's not as...
There's still parts of it I enjoy.
Right.
But, you know, I don't watch it like I used to. I have it on Blu-ray, and I think I watched it like 2 Christmases ago. And that's good.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of other Christmas movies that I would rather watch than that. But this still makes it on there for movies that I feel like I got to watch them.
So, I don't know. Let's come up with a new... I want to, like, new rating system for Christmas.
Christmas movies?
Is it in your rotation or not?
It's in mine.
It's in your rotation. It's not in my rotation, but if it is, I get it. Like, if somebody's like, I love Jingle All the Way, I have to watch it every Christmas, I 100% get it.
When I watched Bad Santa, like I remembered, like I still laughed a good bit of it. Oh, you know what? I was another scene that I forgot. They took out the scene where him and Tony are teaching the kid how to box.
They took that out.
They took that out too. I couldn't believe that shit where he punches the kid in the dick. They took all that out.
Fuck that.
I said, how is this a fucking director's cut?
This is a ruining of movies, is what it is.
But I'll probably put it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It got my curiosity going so much I want to see the second one. I still haven't seen it yet. But
I know. I thought I had it, but I don't. So I'm gonna have to like rebuy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna rent it. They got it on Amazon for like $3.
Yeah, but I need to have it so I can watch it every year.
If I see it out there, I'll buy you one.
Bad Santa 2.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they have 2 so I can get one. Because if I got it, I might as well own it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so like I said, it did enough that makes me want to watch the second. I have heard the second one is not as good.
It's not as good, but I love the first one so much that I can kind of like still enjoy the second one.
But I heard that they made it good enough that it's respectable. It's
right.
Not, you know, and they brought Kathy Bates in.
Just don't hold it like to the same high regard, just as like a fun little addition, you know?
Just a nice continuation.
Yeah.
But like I said, so I'll probably put Bad Santa. The Night Before, I've only seen once. And I did thoroughly enjoy the shit out of it the first time I saw it. So I am excited about watching it again. Because I think Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt have great chemistry together.
Yeah. Did I give it to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing next. But before we hit record, I told you to save something because I'm sure I heard of most of these, but I wanted to talk about it. The Home Alone conspiracies.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well, you know, I said they throw a lot of footage away because of Joe Pesci and all the cussing he did.
Right.
But if you're going to do the rated R version, like if you were to do it, we would joke to like, oh, how great would it be to see Joe Pesci say motherfucker and stuff, like his Goodfellas personality coming into that wholesome Christmas movie. Could either be terrible or it could be fantastic.
It could be fantastic. There's only one way.
But there is a huge conspiracy theory around Home Alone that it never says what the McAllisters do for a living.
Oh, I did hear about this.
And
right.
that his dad is a mob boss.
Yeah.
And that's why he's not that freaked out because Kevin got left at the house by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another part is the fact that the Sticky Bandits are trying to rob him because they know that he's a mob boss. He's not going to call the cops.
Yeah.
And he can have all this money and shit in his house because that's what mob bosses do. They got all that nice shit.
Yeah.
Hidden in the
I heard
houses.
about that because she's a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm. And it's a
they're
big-ass
like,
fucking house.
Right. They're like, how does he make that much money to support all those people in that big ass house?
And
they're
they
like,
live in Chicago.
Yeah. It's
and
not
in the
cheap.
second one, they go to see the brother who lives in New York.
Right.
2 very big mob towns, bro.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense when you sit down and think about it, dude. And the fact that like he wasn't that pissed that his son fucked up shit because he was kind of proud of him. Like, look, I left this little motherfucker here by himself. And look, he kept the house. Like, they didn't burn it down.
Yeah, he was like weirdly calm through the whole movie.
Exactly. Like, it wasn't that big a deal. So we left the little motherfucker at the house. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get back to him.
Like, mom's freaking out, but dad, like, keeps
we have
his
2 more
composure.
sons. It'll be fine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, he racks up that fucking big-ass bill with the room service. And he's just like, Kevin! But, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude.
It's more so, you little fucker, like,
like
it's a minor inconvenience.
You're costing me money, kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Because
your
that
mother loves
suite
you.
had to be, like, close to, like, $5,000 at least.
And I mean, you know, McAllister, But then some people may say that he's in witness protection, too, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a fun little...
it is a fun little thing to think about, yeah. I love those little... kind of like the Pixar one.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. If you don't know about the Pixar conspiracy, definitely look that one up because it's fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah, another one that bothers me about that is like the real kind of the creepiness of Toy Story. Like, yeah, it's awesome that these toys come to life and all that, but then like as a kid, I thought to myself, like, if these fucking things are getting up and talking and moving and shit while I'm gone, like, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's why I'm terrified of ventriloquist dolls. I don't know if you know that about me.
I didn't know that, but
yeah.
I think everybody's a little terrified of that shit.
It's
Jeff Dunham looks like a weird motherfucker.
He does.
You know what I mean?
He enjoys putting his hands on those puppets way too much. No,
well, it's made him millions of dollars. I know that's why he loves it.
Right.
But still weird.
I just wish he was actually funny.
I'm not a huge Jeff Dunham fan.
I'm not either.
I'm not saying he's never had any funny shit, but
he's had a couple of jokes, but it's like the same joke over and over and over and over. It's like he's not innovative.
I feel like people that love Jeff Dunham are like people that love Larry the Cable Guy. Like, you just love him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter if it's funny or not.
You just love his character. Exactly. You love him as a person.
You love that presence that he's made on stage, because Larry the Cable Guy is nothing like that shit in his everyday life.
I know. It's pretty crazy to listen to him in interviews doing his like real fucking voice.
Yeah, when he
right. Get her done.
Yeah, get her done. And all that shit. He's just like, that's, they're like, why aren't you big anymore? He's like, because that shit gets old.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't play an idiot the rest of my life or I'm going to become one.
He's like, I'm not that fucking stupid. Y'all know that, right? Like,
what's funny is he's actually really smart.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, y'all think I do these shitty movies for free? Yeah. He's like, I negotiate a fuck ton of money out of this stuff. And he did Jingle All the Way too.
Yeah.
And I'm not watching that, bro. Fuck out of here, man.
Well, I gave you Night Before, but the real thing we're gonna do is Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy.
We're doing reindeer games again.
No, what I was gonna say is I don't know. I don't know why I was gonna bring it back to this, but yeah, ventriloquist dolls. It's like regular dolls don't do anything to me, but ventriloquist dolls and what are they called? The ones where you can control.
Oh, puppets.
Yeah, they're puppets, but there's a name for them. But they scare me.
Yeah,
like legitimately scare me, and they make me so uneasy, and I don't like it.
What marionettes?
Marionettes, yes, thank you. Look at you, your big words.
I had to dig deep for that one. I almost said Geppettos.
Geppettos.
No, Geppetto was that.
Speaking of, my wife is like deathly terrified of whales because of Pinocchio.
Yeah, it's that would be crazy.
She's deathly terrified of whales. It's not funny, but funny.
That movie is Pinocchio in general is a crazy movie to watch.
Yeah, and the original story is even crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the origin story.
Right.
If you haven't heard the origin story of Pinocchio, you should go look it up because it's fucking nutty.
I just meant like the kids turning donkeys and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's weird.
That's a rough one. Yeah.
A lot of those stories, like the origins of them, are fucking crazy. Like the Little Mermaid, like her having legs was the most painful thing she's ever had in her life. Apparently, like in the origin story, like just stuff like that. It's like
they're making that live action one.
I wish they would stop. They haven't made a good one yet.
Oh man, my wife loves the Beauty and the Beast. They said that Hermione did a good job in that. I forgot who played the Beast, but I think that's what me and my daughter are gonna go as next year for Halloween.
Oh yeah,
she's gonna be Beauty and I'm gonna be the Beast.
The wife and I still need to go as Wreck-It Ralph and
Penelope.
Vanellope.
Penelope.
Yeah.
Those are cute movies. I enjoyed the Wreck-It Ralphs.
Love Wreck-It Ralph.
John C. Reilly, like I like him.
Yeah.
It's in comedy for sure. I still don't know what I'm gonna give you for my last pick, bro.
For
Christmas.
For Christmas. It might be one of the ones that's after Christmas, but we'll still be in the spirit.
I want to I really want to. Well, what day? I'm off one day this week coming up.
No, I'm off Wednesday. That's it.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, you want to get together?
Might as well.
And then, are you off the weekend before Christmas at all?
I don't know. I have to look at my schedule.
Because they didn't fuck with my weekend, but I don't have a day off after that Sunday until after Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, Christmas and then.
I was supposed to be off Saturday, Sunday. I think they took one of my days. I can't remember which one it was, though.
Well, they didn't. It's weird. They didn't touch the weekend, but
yeah, that is pretty weird.
Together one of those days, we can do that.
All right, we'll get together and talk about it.
That way, we can still hit all of our, and you can take your time putting them out. You don't have to feel like you rush them. But yeah, I'm excited to watch The Night Before. But I've pretty much nailed it down to Christmas Vacation, or I think I was thinking about maybe why haven't you watched Scrooged with Bill Murray? That's a good one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's older.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was a kid. It's kind of like a play on the Night Before Christmas, just with like Bill Murray instead of Scrooge.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. So
it's got some funny stuff in it.
I don't do the Vacation. We already did Vacation.
We did the original Vacation, not the good Vacation. Christmas Vacation is the best out of the whole run. I feel
that's what you say.
I mean, the original is good too, but like Christmas is fantastic, man. Yeah. The whole movie fucking cracks me up. I don't know. I probably won't pick it just because I've already done it a million times, but I will find a Christmas movie that I want you to see. Here's one. It's not technically a Christmas movie, but I still enjoy it quite thoroughly. Is Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights.
You know, I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. See, like, I kind of want to give a shout out to the Jews, man. We could do a Hanukkah one, but
yeah,
like,
I don't know why. I've just never came.
It's fun. It's a fun.
No. I heard it's pretty good. I just never got around to watching it.
And all of his homeboys do voices in it too.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I've heard it's pretty good. I don't know why. I have no reason to why I haven't watched it. It's one of those ones that you're like, sit down, you're like, what should I watch? 8 Crazy Nights isn't like the first thing on your list. You know what I mean?
Right. It took me a while to see it too.
Yeah.
I think I ended up seeing it like it was on HBO type deal one of those days, and then just sat down and watched it. But I don't know, it's one of those ones you like it. It's like Grandma's Boy. I didn't know what to expect, but I ended up enjoying it. But I love Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a movie right there. That is one of my favorite comedies.
That's another one that I'm really surprised they never tried to do another one too.
No, they don't need to. That one's perfect. Just leave it alone.
What?
Yes, leave Grandma's Boy alone. They worked so hard at making that movie. They got it done. It's fucking perfect. And I just want to. It's quotable for days.
Fucking weird.
How do you see me? I fucking love Grandma's Boy.
Yo, my grandma drank all my pot. Can you get more? Calm down, junkie. I'll get you your fix. He kicks fucking Fat Jonah Hill in the shit. I think he fucking shattered it. Nick Swartz is fucking gold.
Did you ever see Accepted? He is.
Yeah.
Fat Jonah Hill's in that too.
Fat Jonah Hill's good in that one too.
I'd appreciate if you didn't tell anybody I scream like that. My favorite is the kid though. Is him and Louis Black's chemistry. Oh yeah. He's like, you're an idiot. You're angry. I love that shit. Oh, there's my ex-girlfriend. You broke my fucking heart. That's another underrated comedy that people don't talk about.
Ask me about my wiener.
Is this a test? Anyway, we gotta wrap this shit up.
I'm gonna make a class where you blow stuff up with your mind. Is that a thing? Fuck, I guess put it on the board.
Right. We need to make a list of 2022 movies.
Oh my god,
on there.
Yeah, that's another good. Yeah, it's like you said, it's another underrated comedy.
Right. But The Night Before, another. I want this to be like a classic Christmas. I like Christmas stoner movies. I don't know why.
Me too.
Like,
that's why I think I enjoyed Harold Kumar so much.
Because like I love the classics. That's fine and all, but I don't know. I just want to have fun during Christmas and just a bunch of stoners doing dumb shit.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you, bro. That was my other one I was thinking of. Have you seen Office Christmas Party?
Office Christmas Party. I don't know what that is.
With T.J. Miller.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, dude, I think I'm gonna have you watch that.
Office Christmas Party.
It's funny as fuck, dude.
No, I don't think
It's kind of one of those crazy time like Christmas movies, like crazy shit's going on. It's either that or I'm giving you Krampus.
The horror movie?
I'm just kidding. Craig's like, I'll watch it.
Oh, it has Jason Bateman?
Yep. And Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And my girl from SNL that I enjoy. Kate McKinnon.
I don't know what this is, so I'm 100% down for doing this.
That's what I figured out. I didn't know if you'd seen it.
T.J. Miller, Olivia Munn.
He's funny as shit.
Kate McKinnon, Jason Bateman. Hey, I'm down.
10-4, bro. Well, that's your pick. I'm going to do Office Christmas Party.
Oh, yeah? I'm into it. I don't know how... It came out in 2016, so it's not that long ago. I mean, 5 years ago, but...
I saw it in Redbox.
Yeah?
Yeah, me and the wife watched it. We laughed.
You liked it?
Yeah, we did. And it's the only time I saw it, so it'll be good for me to see it again.
So we're pretty much just doing comedy Christmas movies this whole month.
What do you want to do? Sad ones? Like Miracle on 34th
I meant
Street,
classics, like
the 30s. Well, like
you want to do a
like,
Christmas Story?
We've seen. Well, that's what I said. We've seen them so many times.
Right.
Like, I don't.
I do like what we're doing, kind of like off the cusp Christmas movies.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Jingle All the Way, people know about, but
right. But I'm saying I could have gave you a Christmas Story or Christmas Vacation, but like. I've talked about those movies so much just in everyday life.
Also, like Home Alone. Like, what else are we going to talk about Home Alone about? Exactly. Like, everyone said everything.
That 10-minute conversation we just had about Home Alone would have been better than the whole episode we would have done.
100%, yeah.
And that's just one little crazy conspiracy shit that I saw.
Yeah.
But.
Well, next time we'll be doing The Night Before.
Can't wait.
Until then.
Later.